Hey everyone, welcome to Paint the Kitchen Red. I'm Nina and I share Instant Pot tips and recipes from all over the world. Today I'm going to be talking about all the reasons why your Instant Pot is not sealing. Now this is an issue that most new Instant Pot owners will encounter at some point or the other, where the Instant Pot is not sealing or pressurizing. Now there are many reasons why this can happen, and they're all things that you would probably just do one time. And so once you figure out how your Instant Pot works, chances of this problem happening are much less. So don't be discouraged. Reason number one, the steam release handle is in the venting position. The steam release handle needs to be in the sealing position when you're pressurizing the Instant Pot. The different models have different ways of sealing. This particular model has a handle, and the handle goes from venting to sealing. It needs to be in the sealing position. Now there's a model called the Duo Evo Plus, which has a switch, and the switch needs to be in the sealing position. And finally, I have an Ultra, and the Ultra has a button, and the button should be up. And so if you find that the button is stuck in the down position, just turn it counterclockwise and make sure it goes up. Reason number two, your steam release handle is not seated properly. If your steam release handle was washed and you took it out and you put it back in and you didn't push it in all the way, then your Instant Pot won't seal. So make sure it's pushed in all the way. It's going to be really wobbly and loose. That's normal, but it needs to be pushed in all the way. It's possible that the steam release handle is missing. That's reason number three. You may have washed it and forgot to put it back. So make sure you put it back in after washing it or taking it out. Now, the Instant Pot lid has a sealing ring, and the sealing ring needs to be in place when you are pressure cooking. If the sealing ring is missing, then your Instant Pot is not going to seal. That happens when you wash the Instant Pot lid and you get it out of the dishwasher and you forget to put the sealing ring in. It happens to me. So you need to make sure that you put the sealing ring back in before you start pressure cooking. Reason number five, the sealing ring may have been put back in, but you may not have pushed it in all the way around. It needs to be pushed in all the way around in order for it to form a proper seal and allow the steam to build up to pressurize the Instant Pot. Reason number six is your sealing ring may have some food on it, some debris. So if you haven't cleaned it properly, your Instant Pot may have trouble sealing. So make sure you always clean your sealing ring before you put it back in and start using the Instant Pot to cook something. If your sealing ring has seen better days, if you've had it for a long time, it's possible it's damaged or torn. So if you have a sealing ring that has a tear in it or anything like that, you need to replace the sealing ring because you will not be able to pressurize the Instant Pot. Another issue with the sealing ring is if you are cooking things back to back and your sealing ring has expanded, and that happens, then the next time you use the Instant Pot, if you're using it right away, it may not seal. So what I do in that situation is I stick the sealing ring in the freezer just for a minute or two, and that contracts it back up, and there's no issue with sealing anymore. Reason number eight, your Instant Pot may not have enough liquid. The Instant Pot has to have a minimum amount of liquid in order to come to pressure, because the liquid builds up steam when it heats up, and the steam seals the Instant Pot. Each model has a different requirement, so check your manual to make sure that you're using the minimum amount of liquid in order to pressurize the Instant Pot. Once you've used the Instant Pot for a while and you're used to it, you can experiment and figure out what the minimum amount of liquid for you is. Like for me, I don't have to put in the amount that the manual tells me to. I can use a lower quantity, and usually my Instant Pot has no problem with sealing. So So just try it out and see how much liquid you can get away with. Now remember, any kind of sauces or soy sauce or anything like that, all that counts toward the amount of liquid. And also vegetables release liquid, and that counts toward the minimum amount of liquid. So it doesn't have to be a cup or 2 cups of water. It can be the ingredients themselves release liquid in order to pressurize the Instant Pot. If you're cooking something after having sauteed and something is stuck to the bottom of the inner pot, then your Instant Pot can have trouble coming to pressure. So after you saute something, if you have, for example, onions stuck to the bottom and it's all browned and stuck, then you need to deglaze and loosen up all the pieces of food so that there's nothing stuck to the bottom of the inner pot. Deglazing involves taking little amounts of liquid, pouring it into the inner pot, and scraping the food up so that it loosens up and it's not stuck to the bottom. If you had food scorched on the bottom and you had to empty out your Instant Pot and start again, make sure you have enough liquid to restart the cooking process. It's possible to not have enough liquid because liquid may have evaporated, so your Instant Pot would have trouble coming to pressure. This is the anti-block shield and this is the float valve, and both of these can also get dirty when you're cooking something messy. So make sure you clean both of these before you start pressure cooking. Check out my manuals on my blog. I tell you how to remove these and how to clean them. So I'll put a link to them in the notes. Your Instant Pot inner pot may have debris or food stuck on the lip. And if that's the case, then your Instant Pot would have trouble coming to pressure. So make sure you clean the inner pot thoroughly before you pressure cook. If you're cooking frozen food, then your Instant Pot is going to take a lot longer to come to pressure. So if you're following a recipe, but you've replaced refrigerated chicken with frozen chicken, then your Instant Pot is going to take much longer to come to pressure than the recipe tells you. So you need to account for that variability when you're planning your recipe. So it's not that your Instant Pot is not coming to pressure, it's just taking a lot longer. If you're cooking a large amount of food in your Instant Pot, then that's going to take longer to come to pressure as well. So if you're cooking a large pot of soup, for example, the Instant Pot is going to have to heat up the contents of the inner pot and build up enough steam for the entire amount of food to come to pressure, and that takes a while. So it's not that your Instant Pot is not sealing, it's just taking a long time. So just be patient. If your display says on and your float valve is in the up position, that's just your Instant Pot getting ready to start the pressure cooking process. So the word on will change to a countdown of time. For example, if you've chosen to pressure cook for 10 minutes, on will change to 10 and then it'll count down to 0. So if your Instant Pot says on and it's taking a little while, just be patient. It should change to a countdown pretty soon and it'll start pressure cooking at that point. If your Instant Pot display is blank and you have a power cord that can be detached from the Instant Pot, make sure you push the power cord in all the way, because a lot of times that's really the issue, is that the power cord is loose, and once you push it in, you can start your pressure cooking and everything works just fine. If you have multiple models of Instant Pot, different sizes, then you may be using the wrong inner pot for your Instant Pot. For example, if you have an 8-quart and a 6-quart and you're using the 6-quart inner pot in the 8-quart, and it does happen, people have that issue, and then you start pressure cooking, it's not going to come to pressure because there's not enough of a seal for the pressure to build up. So make sure you use the right size of inner pot with your Instant Pot. When you clean your Instant Pot lid, you may have removed your float valve and to wash it, and if you don't put it back in, then your Instant Pot is not going to come to pressure. So make sure your float valve is in and that the silicone lid or cover is pushed in all the way and secure. The Instant Pot lid has this little pin called the lid locking pin, and it's a little metal piece that kind of juts out, and this allows the Instant Pot lid to close properly. Sometimes, it's rare, but it can happen where this is stuck. And so if that happens, then your Instant Pot lid is not going to close properly, and then your Instant Pot won't be able to come to pressure. So just check and make sure that that lid locking pin is not stuck. On some old models of the Instant Pot, there is something called a timer, and people used to press the timer button thinking that they were cooking, and it really was just a delay start. So if you have one of those older models, it's possible that's what you're doing, and that's why your Instant Pot is not pressurizing, is because it's not in pressure cook mode. And finally, this is something that came from one of my readers. He had an exhaust valve. The exhaust valve is something that is hidden behind the anti-block shield. His exhaust valve was loose, and so he had to tighten it in order to get the Instant Pot to work properly and to seal. This is not a common issue, and it's not something you probably need to be concerned about, but it's something that I just wanted to put out there because it is something that has come up before. Well, those are all the reasons that I can think of why your Instant Pot is not sealing. Be sure to check out my video on the burn message. That's another problem that people have when their Instant Pot doesn't seal. They get the burn error, and that's a great video that will give you some tips on what you can do to prevent scorching and getting the burn error on the Instant Pot. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.